The New Trier Trevians and the Highland Park Giants. When these things get down here, you find that the reffing is a little bit different. And lots of teams have a lot of trouble adjusting to the change in the reffing here. Over here to the near side. Goodman goes for a three. No. Brought down by Joey Paul. Brings it back the other way quickly over here to the near side. Now stolen by the Trevians. Teddy Rowe, and he may have even traveled with that. Coming back the other way. Teddy Rowe up top. Rosinski. Back to Teddy Rosinski. Sortel. Now Romy up top. Teddy Rowe for three. Yes. Ted Rosinski with the three. Now over to the far side. Paul. He's going to be playing on this floor for college. Out of bounds. Off Teddy Rosinski. The inbound. Now the handoff. Paul tries to drive the lane. No. A foul underneath on Bob Anderson, I believe. Yeah, it is on Bob Anderson. Scott Schaft inbound it, looking for some help. Puts it out top. Taken there by Andy Linton. Linton, no. He got fouled. Two quick fouls here on the Trevians. Scott Schaft will inbound it. Out high. And here's a three attempt. Yes. And we're tied up at three. Sortel gives it off Romy. Cross court. Goodman going for a three. Yes. Josh Goodman. Josh now one away from the all-time school record for the most three-point attempts in a season. That record held by Matt Loddick at 155. Little two-shot. Trevian's lead is at one. Romy gives it off to Sortel. Sortel. And he lost the handle, went to Goodman. Now over here for Sortel again. He gave it off to Rosinski. Goodman underneath. And Bob Anderson had it stripped away. Back the other way come the Highland Park Giants. A long three by Paul. No. And Teddy Rosinski with the rebound up ahead for Goodman. And Goodman will wait for the team to collect itself. Now Sortel. Sortel tries to drive the lane up and no. Got his own rebound up and no. But he got fouled and Brett Sortel will go to the line. So Brett Sortel. The foul on Matt Greenberg. And Brett Sortel will go to the line. A lot of these guys we'll be seeing in 2 weeks as we start our baseball schedule for the Trevians. Teddy Rowe, Sortel, Larkin, Romy, all on the team. Sortel misses the first and will go for the second here. And gets it. The inbound quickly over here to the side. Little jumper by Greenberg. No. I take that back. It wasn't Greenberg. That was Vismanis. Lozinski to Nick Nikitas. Nikitas to Romy. Romy Looking for some help, in for Larkin. Larkin hands it off, a little jumper by Sortle, no. And Joey Paul gets the rebound. Paul to the side. Up top, a little jumper, no, a bit heavy. And Teddy Rosinski with the rebound. Teddy Rowe hands it off to Romy. Romy gave it to Larkin. And Teddy Rowe for three. No, that was a bit short. And the Highland Park Giants get it back. Joey Paul dished it off to Schaff. Schaff. That's the Trevian crew. Big crowd for both schools here. And the foul, offensive foul. Let's see that again. I don't know. I think maybe Romy jumped into him. Let's see if he put his shoulder down, though, in the process of doing this here. And bring it back. And he's going to move in here. There's Romy. He still hasn't set himself. There he is. It's the shoulder. Okay. Andy Linton with the foul put the shoulder in. It's not it's not Romy moving. It's Linton right there leaning into Romy. That's the foul. Well, one of the problems we have in this is occasionally we get an official's timeout, which is the case here today. There you see the Trevians leading by 2 with 4:07 to play here in the first quarter. Crew. Now, New Trier has, last time New Trier won a medal was in 1996 with the team with Jack Kidd, and Jack's brother is out playing in the game tonight. Mike Duda's brother was on that team too. I think, no, I don't think so. There's a push on Greenberg. Duda's older brother was on the 2000 team. And a substitution. Jason Vismantis checks back in. Romy with the little jumper. Yes, good for 2. And the Trevian lead at 4. To the side, Vismantis with the shot, no. Put back, no. Third time's the charm. Romy. Coughlin, cross court, Romy. Romy put it into Larkin. Larkin traveled. Now Joey Paul inbounds it. Bodle, and he stepped on the line. Billy Bodle stepped on the line. Ted Rosinski back into the game for the Trevians. Highland Park over here on the near side up to us. And the Trevians fans over on the far side. And a foul on the hand. Bodle with the foul. And make it Joey Paul. I didn't really see that one too well. Larkin up high for Rosinski. Gave it off to Romy. Romy backs it out. Now over here to the near side, Terry Coughlin. Teddy Rosinski in for Nikitas. Dish it off Romy. Tried to drive the lane, no. Knocked out of bounds by Greenberg. These two teams, of course, played once this year, back in December, but not a true representation of these teams, being that early in the season. Romy gives it into Nikitas. His shot short. Larkin got the rebound. Gave it to Coughlin. Coughlin back out high for Romy. Romy over for Teddy Rowe. Teddy Rowe back out for Romy. Romy dished it off to Coughlin. Coughlin to Teddy Rosinski. Rosinski thought to take the shot inside. Out of bounds. Last touch by Danny Larkin after the pass was broken up by Andy Linton. And the inbound coming up in the first quarter of this one. Couple of substitutions. 2 minutes and change left to play here in the quarter. Whoa! Up ahead. Up top, cross court. Vismanis tries to drive the lane, now dished it off to Joey Paul. Joey Paul tries to go the lane, puts it up, no. Trevians get the rebound. Larkin gave it off to Terry Coughlin. Coughlin gives it to Brett Sortel. Brett Sortel up top. Teddy Rosinski to Danny Larkin. To Terry Coughlin. To Teddy Rosinski. Up top, Coughlin. Gave it to Sortel. Sortel brings it back out. Gave it to Coughlin. Now Sortel tries to drive the lane. Nearly gave it away. Is a little shot short by Teddy Rosinski, and he gets a derisive cheer from the Highland Park faithful. Up top, no, foul on Sortel before the shot. Won't count. And Josh Goodman checks back in, as does James Romy. Joey Paul will inbound it. Does so up top. Over here to the near side. Back out high. Into the paint. Little shot in by Andy Linton. Make it Jason Vismatis with the shot. Up top again. In for Larkin. Goodman for a long three. No. Brought down by, traveling by the Giants, and now the traveling. And the reason I kind of stutter stepped there in my play-by-play, Josh Goodman has now tied the record for three-point shots. Or, no, I take that back. He's one short. For three-point attempts. I'm sorry, not the actual three-point shots made. Up top, Schaff. And it actually hits Sortel. So allow the forward and back. Now the foul on Josh Goodman, I believe. 15 seconds left. We're tied at 9.
Following Josh Goodman, his first 4 on the Trevians, out of bounds for Highland Park.
Up top. Dished up. Little indecision. Schaff underneath. Joey Paul, no foul. And Joey Paul will go to the line to shoot 2, I believe. And Brett Sortel looks like the player that... Yeah, it is on Brett. Joey gets the first with a friendly bounce. Now the second one is also good. Coughlin in for Nikitas. Nikitas stops, takes the shot, yes. And we're tied at 11 at the end of the first quarter. We'll be back with more basketball action from Carver Arena and the Elite Eight. We'll be back with more. And we've started the second quarter of this one. Highland Park and the Trevians tied at 11. Here's a shot, no. And rebound by Vismanis. He's missed. He got his own rebound back. Now dished it off out high. And the Highland Park Giants will reset it. Up top, Joey Paul on the near side. On the rotation, Linton to Schaff. Vismanis back to Schaff. To Joey Paul. Highland Park being very deliberate. Here's Vismanis with a little two. 13-11. Favor of the Giants. Romick gave it off near side. Teddy Rosinski back top. Romy dished it off Coughlin. Back to Romy. Teddy Rowe inside. He missed the little short one. Got his own rebound. And up and in by Teddy Rosinski. Near side, Joey Paul. Trots it across the timeline. Gave it over to the far side. Schaff. Dished it off into the paint. Little jumper well short. And last touch by Teddy Rosinski out of bounds to Highland Park. Now the inbound. Back out high. Into the paint underneath. Joey Paul, yes. Now the Trevians back the other way. James Romy. Romy in for Nikitas. Just into the game. Near side, Coughlin. On the rotation, Romy. Near side, Teddy Rowe for three. Yes! Boy, Teddy's had a hot hand at the threes. Near side. Up top. Into the paint. Dish it off to Joey Paul. Put a shoulder into it. Once again, it's a shoulder. Here, Joey Paul gets the ball and puts the shoulder into Terry Coughlin right there. And the offensive foul. Teddy Rosinski will inbound it. James Romy trots it across the timeline. Romy to the mid. Now back Coughlin. Back to Romy. Romy takes a long three. No. Brought down quickly by the Highland Park Giants. Linton with the basketball. Gave it off to Greenberg. Greenberg up top, and the errant pass as they try to drive the lane. Trevians have it back. Nikitas And the foul on the hand. I'll make that on, yeah, it was Nikitas who tried to drive the lane. And we got an official's timeout for a television commercial, which of course we won't take. Trevians lead by 1, 4:50 left to play here in the game. New Trier Trevians doing, Trevians have a great tradition. They've made it to the tournament, that is to the Super Sectional or beyond, the Sweet 16 or beyond, 16 times. They have won, I believe it's now nine Super Sectionals. That is 9 Sweet 16s, making 9 appearances down here in the state tournament. And as we mentioned earlier, Highland Park, this is the first time they have gotten down here. James Romey to inbound it. Romey up top, and the pass stolen. Then lost it out of bounds. Andy Linton thought he was fouled. The Teddy Rosinski was trying to find it. Now there, he just lost the handle as he tried to bring it down. And now Teddy Rosinski inbounds it to Coughlin. Sortel back out top. Over here to the near side. Sortel again. Dishes it out top to Romey. Romey to Coughlin. Teddy Rowe goes for another three. Yes, oh my. From downtown. On the side. Up top, Schaff. From the charity stripe. Nope. And Sortel tracks the ball down, brings it back into the forecourt. Brett Sortel dished it off. And Terry Coughlin lays one in. And a timeout taken by Highland Park. Trevians lead at 6. They have said that the arena here is totally sold out. But I notice a lot of empty seats, so I have a feeling some of the schools may have purchased tickets, and tickets given to all the IHSA teams, and some of them may not have made it down here. In addition, some of them were sold to other teams that'll be here later on. Nope. A foul. And Matt Greenberg will go to the line. Not Matt Greenberg, Jason Vismantis. Danny Larkin with the foul. So Jason Vismantis. Misses the first. And Vismantis makes the second. You know, there's always, you look at Highland Park and you look at New Trier, and both these teams not supposed to be here. So, you know, just enjoy the experience of playing, you know, out of 200 plus teams traveling on Goodman. You know, out of 200 plus teams in Class AA, and you are one of the 8 that are left standing on the final weekend. Enjoy the fact that you've had such a great run And now the Giants will be in the one end. And Joey Paul goes to the line. I mean, this is really a case of let's just enjoy the weekend. That's the New Trier fans. Joey Paul gets the first. I don't like cheers directed at the other players. The players on the other team. Cheer your own team on. Don't cheer against the team. Romy. Now on the rotation. Goodman. Back outside. Coughlin. Coughlin gave it to Romy. Romy steps up, takes the shot. No. Got a hand check by Scott Schaff. And the Trevians will be in the one end. And Romy shoots a one end. Mike Duda checking in for the Trevians. Mike going to be playing at Harvard in football next year. At least he's going to try. Romy gets the first. Bob Anderson coming in, replacing Danny Larkin. And the second one's good as well. Now the inbound. Back top. On the run. Over here to the near side, Joey Paul. Joey Paul dishes it off. Up top for Schaff. To Joey Paul. Gave it to Vismanis. Whoops, traveling by Jason Vismanis. Trevian lead at 5. 2:29 to play here in the first half. Romy to Coughlin. Coughlin gave it off to Romy. Back outside, Teddy Rowe. And Romy from the outside, no, a bit heavy. And a foul on Nikitas. And Linton will go to the line for the one end. As Nick Nikitas with the foul. And Linton getting a little derisive, earlier air ball. Gets the first. And the second as well. Rosinski off to James Romy. Romy up ahead, Nikitas. Nikitas in trouble. Gave it to Teddy Rowe. And Teddy waits and takes the layup. Joey Paul. Joey Paul brings it back out top. Now this man is over to the far side. Inside from Linton. He had a little trouble with it. Up top, this Manis. He drives the lane up and, gets a favorable bounce in. Terry Coughlin up ahead for Nick Nikitas. Back to Coughlin. Coughlin tries to drive the lane. Dish it off near side. Teddy Rowe for 3. That was short. I think that ran into something along the way. Here's a long three by Joey Paul, and that's way short. Romy. Up top, Coughlin. Gave it off to Teddy Rowe. Tried to strong arm it up, no, but the foul. It's on David Miller.
Shooting foul. Ted Brzezinski has 2 free throws.
And so Teddy Rowe goes to the line for 2. Gets the first. And a bunch of substitutions. Winding down the first half. And gets the second. Now the inbound. And he stepped on the line, I think. No, make it a foul. It's on Terry Coughlin. So a 1-and-1 situation coming up for the Giants here. And Josh Goodman set to check back in. Replacing Duda. Another 1-and-1 situation. And he missed it. Teddy Rowe to Romy. Romy. And out of bounds. I think the Highland Park Giants thought Romy touched it last. Well, let's take a look and see who actually did touch this one last. Yeah, I think they're right. I think it really was Romy that touched it last. Well, I think the Trevians caught a break here. I don't think he even touched it. I don't think there was any time there where the Highland Park player actually touched that ball. But the Trevians get the ball back. So thank you very much, Mr. Referee. Couple of substitutions. And some more discussions out there. Now out to Nikitas. Nikitas gave it to Rosinski. He had a little trouble with it. Up for James Romy, and the Trevians now going to hold it for the last shot. Back underneath. A foul. And a 1-and-1. The foul on Anthony Mansilla.
First foul on Mansilla.
And Nick Nikitas will go to the line for a 1-and. And we have some moisture on the floor. They did leave the ice rink. This is the home of the Peoria Rivermen minor league hockey team, and they left the ice underneath, put the court on top. So it's much like the United Center floor was. And Nick Nikitas missed it. Now Linton. Linton gave it off. Bodel, and he in turn gave it off. Up top, Linton underneath. And no on the shot. And Teddy Brzezinski gave it off to Terry Coughlin. Coughlin to Teddy Brzezinski. Back outside, Nick Nikitas. Nikitas drives the lane, dished it off. Coughlin. Now the side, going for a three. No at the buzzer. But the Trevians take a lead into the halftime. by 5, 27-22. And we'll be back with more basketball action from Carver Arena right after these messages here on the Metro Chicago Sports Network. We'll be back with more. The Elite Eight won't get underway. We're still New Trier and Highland Park playing here in the Elite Eight. Teddy Rowe and Romy dished it off to Goodman. Rosinski gave it back to Goodman, who gave it in to Anderson. Anderson shot up over everything. Joey Paul with the basketball. Underneath, Vismanis with the easy layup. Rosinski to Romy. Goodman to Rosinski. To Anderson. To Goodman. To Teddy Rosinski. To James Romy. To Bob Anderson. To Brett Sordo. To James Romy. Goodman. Joey Paul guarding him. Now in Sordo with the reverse layup. Joey Paul. And stolen. Teddy Rosinski pulls it back. Sordo took the shot, no. Loose on the floor. Trevian's got the rebound, up no by Anderson. Out of bounds. And it is last touched by the Trevians. Josh Goodman, I believe. And now a couple of changes. Danny Larkin coming in. The Giants, Linton to the corner. Now pulled back out by Schaff. Dished off to Vismanis. Vismanis now on the rotation. Greenberg, now Matt Greenberg back over Vismanis. Vismanis with the shot, short. And taken down by the Trevians up ahead for Josh Goodman. Goodman tried to put it up, no, but drew the foul. And Josh Goodman will go to the line.
Also 33, Matt Greenberg. That's 3 fouls on Greenberg, 3. Shooting foul, Josh Goodman to the line.
So Goodman goes to the line and gets the first.
Greenberg checks in, number 5, Billy Cole. Leading the game are Greenberg and Vismanis.
And he got both of them. Joey Paul, offensive foul. Again, he put his shoulder in. The Trevians collapse on the ball here. And Paul trying to get a little opening right there. Trying to get by Coughlin. And get a little open space. And the offensive foul on Joey Paul. Third foul on Joey Paul. Joey getting himself into a little bit of foul trouble here. Goodman for 3, yes. And a 5-point turnaround here. Thanks to Josh Goodman. And a timeout taken. Trevians lead at 10 with 5:50 to play here in the third quarter.
8 minutes left in the first half. Illinois by 10. By 10. 8 minutes left in the first half.
True Blue Trevian crew and fine voice tonight. Big crowd, brought a bunch of buses, both schools did, down here to Peoria. It's the True Blue Trevian crew. So the Highland Park Giants will inbound it. Inbounded. Bodo gave it back to Linton. Linton with the basketball. Dished off to Miller. To Joey Paul. Schaff over to the far side, going for the three. Yes. By Andy Linton. Coughlin to Rosinski. And Goodman answers with the three back. And Josh now set the record for the most three-point shots. Teddy Rowe touched that ball last. Over here, Joey Paul inbounded. And got the inbound pass, gave it back to Linton. Linton with the ball now. Now he dished it off to Bodo. Bodo in for Joey Paul. He tried to take a shot, no, but the foul. And it looks like Josh Goodman got elbowed in the face for that one.
Josh Goodman, that's his second. Joey Paul to line for two.
And Joey Paul goes to the line to shoot two. Gets the first.
And Greenberg returns for the Giants, replacing Bodo.
And makes the second. Sortel dished it off. Now back to Goodman. In for Larkin. Larkin with the shot in from the paint. Little 8-footer. Joey Paul. Dished it off. Underneath, inside. Up top. Into the paint. Turnaround move, good. Nice job by Andy Linton putting it in. Brett Sortel. Sortel. Joey Paul guarding him. Now over here, James Romey. Romey to Josh Goodman, in for Larkin. Larkin turns around, takes the shot, no. And Larkin up over the top with the foul. And the Highland Park Giants will inbound it. And Josh Goodman will have to come out. It looks like he's got a little bloody nose, maybe. And Nick Nikitas in to replace Goodman. Actually, the baseball team this year is going to be pretty good, too, for the Trevians. They've got some real nice speed, and a foul on Romey. Real nice speed in the outfield. Some reasonably decent fielders inside. And what's more important, they got a pretty solid pitching staff this year. Nutria Trevians baseball not too far away here on the network. Up top. Up and no. Out of bounds. Last touch by Linton. And the Giants fans again to protest. Romey. Nikitas. Now back out top, Sortel. Dished it off. Nikitas. Up, no. As he tried to drive the lane and taken down by the Highland Park Giants. Schaff Nikitas moves out to guard him. Up top. And the Giants control the basketball. Schaff in for Vismanis. Back outside for Schaff on the rotation. Linton, no, rimmed it out. Joey Paul got the rebound, puts it home. And the Trevian's going to take a little timeout as their lead's been cut in half. Or actually, not quite half. 39-33. They score. Rosinski inbounds it to James Romy. Romy gave it off. Nikitas. Larkin, and Larkin threw it away. As Nikitas zigged instead of zagging. Linton to inbound it for the Giants. Trevian's applying a little pressure on the ball. Paul. Joey Paul with the basketball. Puts it over to the side. Back out top to Joey Paul. Joey Paul lost the handle. Out of bounds to the Trevians. Rosinski. Now back over to James Romy from Coughlin. Romy gives it back to Coughlin, puts it to the near side. Nick Nikitas to Teddy Rowe. Teddy Rowe, little indecision now to Romy. In for Larkin. Skyhook puts it in. And the Trevian lead remains at 6. To this side. Inside, Joey Paul, no. A foul on Danny Larkin. And Joey Paul, yeah, it is a shooting foul. Joey Paul will go to the line here.
Joey Paul shoots 2.
Eight-point Trevian lead. Gets the first. Goodman and Duda have returned. Joey Paul set to take his second free throw here. Up and no. And Nikitas to Coughlin to Romy. Back to Coughlin to Duda. Inside. A shot counted and the foul, Nick Nikitas. And somebody got clunked back. Hey, payback? Yeah, I don't think so. And David Miller got clunked in the face. And Nick Nikitas with a chance at a three-point play here. And Josh Goodman back in. Nikitas has a seat. Long throw ahead. Anderson guarding up top. Now looking for Vismanis. They found him into the paint. Knocked away. Down on the floor. Loose ball. And finally picked up by Joey Paul. The dish off Over to the far side. Now in for Joey Paul. And Joey Paul lost the handle on the far side. Nutcher gets the ball back. Goodman and Nikitas back into the game. Rosinski to Terry Coughlin. Terry Coughlin. Now Rosinski to Romy. To Nikitas. To Coughlin. Back to Nikitas. Trevian's going to hold this ball and take a little time off the clock. Into the paint. Turnaround shot. Good by James Romy. And that's going to do it for the half, for the quarter. That's the end of the third quarter. And the Trevians lead by 12 as we go to the fourth quarter. We'll be back with more basketball action from Carver Arena in Peoria and the Elite Eight in just a moment here on the network. Trevians are up by 12 as we start the fourth quarter, inbounded by the Highland Park Giants. Joey Paul dished it up, back out top. Joey Paul to the side. Here's the shot. Yeah, finally going in by Linton. Sordo off to Romy. Romy. Underneath, Teddy Rowe. Got behind the defense of the Giants over here to the near side. Greenberg dished it off. Linton. Now here's a shot. Good. A three by Joey Paul. Romy. Nikitas. Underneath, and the reverse again by Sordo. Sordo from Romy to the side. Up top, Joey Paul. Dished it off. Now in for Greenberg, back out top. Chapp. In for Linton. Linton got in a little too tight under the basket. Trevians get it back. Romy up ahead for Teddy Rosinski. Rosinski from the outside, yes, for a two. Outside two. Joey Paul. Timeout taken by the Highland Park Giants with the Trevians taking a big lead here. There you see Trevians leading by 13. Well, I wouldn't call this a particularly good game for the Trevians. Highland Park, I think, inspired to be here in the first place. After all, they did beat some favorably rated teams. They were ranked 5th in their sectional and ended up not only winning the sectional but winning the super sectional against Barrington to be down here. Joey Paul gave it off to Andy Linton. Linton. And Romy got a little piece of him. Over to this side, Vismanis, and the layup. Now, Sordo He drives the lane and puts it in. We're in the fourth quarter. Joey Paul and stolen. Sortle gave it up to Teddy Rowe. Teddy got fouled, and Teddy will go to the line. And a bit short on the first one. Teddy's another one of the baseball players, and Teddy Wazinski going to be actually playing D1 baseball at Southern Illinois, and missed both ends of it. A bit unusual for the Trevians. Underneath is Manis, and he strong-armed it in. Romy up ahead, and Sortle, I know some people thought that might have been forward and back. I don't think he actually stepped on the line even. Nikitas gets into the paint, now puts it back out high to Coughlin. Now the Trevians stalling it down, going to try and get Highland Park into foul trouble. Neuter very good at the free throw line. Nikitas, and missed the easy layup. Yeah, that's been the Trevians' problem all year long, is the inside game. Here's a shot from the outside, no, for three. And Teddy Wazinski off to Brett Sortle. The strength of the Trevians team has been their outside shooting. The strength is that outside shooting and the charity stripe offensively. And now the foul.
Team foul 5 on Highland Park. Second foul on Miss Kansas.
That's the fifth foul. And now the Trevians will inbound. Offensively, the Trevians' weakness has been that inside game. And now the Trevians couldn't find anybody. And they'll take a quick timeout. 11-point lead, 4:53 left to play here in the fourth quarter. So we're set for the inbound. Teddy Wazinski. Inbounds it to James Romy. Romy. Wazinski off to Sortle. Back to Romy. Schaff guarding. Out to the near side. Brett Sortle. Sortle gave it off to Teddy Rowe. Coughlin to Sortle to Romy. And again, the Trevians stalling it down. So the Neuter Trevians working on the clock a little bit here. Wazinski to Romy to Coughlin to Teddy Rowe to Romy. And now the foul by Schaff.
Team foul number 6, the Giants out of bounds from the rear. Foul on 21 is Scott Schaff.
That's the last one they have to give. Now the Trevians will be in the bonus, I believe. Yes, they are. With 2:49 left to play.
The Cheers in the bonus now.
Romy.
Trevians 1-1.
Up top. Now, again, the Trevians go back to the rotation, working on the clock a little more. Coughlin, Romy, Coughlin, Sordo, Romy, Teddy Rowe, Romy back to Sordo, Romy, and now the foul by Bodel, and Romy will go to the line. So James Romy will get a one and. And he missed it. And taken down by the Giants. Joey Paul. Matt Greenberg. Vismanis up and no. Got his own, couldn't put it in. Now up over the top on Vismanis, I believe. Yes, it is. Up over the top. And Nick Nikitas. No, he misses the 1-and-1. Boy, this is not a good free throw performance by the Trevians today. Joey Paul, no. Brought down by Romy. And Romy gets fouled. And James Romy will go down to the other side, and we'll get some more free throws here. So Romy, 1-and-1. First one is good. 12-point lead. Minute 40 to play in the fourth quarter. Now we could still be here for a while. We get a bunch of these free throws. 12-point Trevian lead. Joey Paul. They played in football, and the new turf fans going just like football. And the shot good by LaMotta, and the timeout taken. 10-point Trevian lead. Yeah, they're doing just like last time. And they won up at Highland Park. The Trevians won up at Highland Park. Minute 27 left to play in the game. Trevians with a 10-point lead. Well, in regulation, I suppose we still could go to overtime. Rosinski set to inbound. So the Trevians look like they're going to be left standing here on the last day of the season. They're going to make it to the semifinals and the Final Four. Now the Trevians will be in the super bonus. Brett Sordo goes to the line. Got the first. Sartle goes for the second and makes it. And a timeout taken by the Trevians. Giants inbound. Over here to the near side, Joey Paul, no. And brought down and a foul, and we'll go back to the other side again. Terry Coughlin misses the first. And Coughlin gets the second. Now the inbound. Greenberg over to the far side. Joey Paul. And a foul on Brett Sork. Joey Paul inbounds it. And just a couple of seconds left. Now, Teddy Rosinski, I don't like fans doing that. Sordo, Romy, Nikitas, and the Trevian set to bring in the whole crew here. Rosinski dished it back out. And a foul. Well, the two teams, friends, celebrating. And everybody comes out. The Trevian's putting in the whole crew, all except Peter Dykstra. Peter will have to wait as we have a change of squads here. And he missed the second. So Dykstra may not get in yet. Off to the side. Up top. And a three attempt, yes. And in for Lewis Paul. Paul gave it off to Hearn. Nikitas. And that'll do it. And the Trevians are victorious and will play for a trophy in state. They'll be left standing on the final day. We'll be back in just a moment with the final word on these games. This is the Metro Chicago Sports Network.
Along the road of life, you will encounter many changes and obstacles. Mapping the trip can help you make the correct turn and choose the best path. If you're at least 25 years old and not already receiving Social Security benefits, you will receive a Social Security statement about 3 months before your birthday. Your statement shows how much you have paid into the system and how much you can expect to get back when you are eligible. Watch your mail for your Social Security statement and use it to plan your financial future. The sooner you start, the easier it'll be to meet or exceed your goals. The future is in your hands.
Well, the final word on this one, final score, the New Trevians 59 and the Highland Park Giants 48. As we said, you may be upset about losing a game like this, but the fact is that, you know, after more than 200 teams playing in the tournament, you're one of the 8 left standing. Congratulations to the Highland Park Giants on a fantastic season and a fantastic tournament. For the Highland Park Giants, in the first half, they were 7 of 19 for 36%. And in the second half, they were 10 of 20 for 50%. From the three-point range, they were 1 of 3 for 33%, and 3 of 5 in the second half for 60%. From the charity stripe, 7 of 9 in the first half, 3 of 4 in the second half. The leading scorer for the Highland Park Giants, Jason Vismantis, and he had 14 points for Joey Paul. for the New Trier Trevians. 9 of 23 total in the first half for just 39%. They were 11 of 18 in the second half for 61%. From the outside, the 3 points, they were 4 of 12 in the first half and 2 of 3 in the second half. 33% that is for the first half, and 67% in the second half. Free throws, they were 5 of 7 in the first half for 71%, but a less than stellar 8 of 15 in the second half at the charity stripe. Again, 59-48 favor the Trevians. Trevians' leading scorer was Teddy Wazinski. He had 19, and Josh Goodman had 11. So join us for our next game. The Trevians advance on and will play Westinghouse in the semifinals. The winner to advance to the state championship game and the loser to the consolation bracket. The Trevians back downstate for the second time in 3 years, this time doing as well as they have done only 2 times before, winning a game down here to make it into the medal round, the trophy round. The only other times in 1973 when they finished second, and 6 years ago when they finished fourth. So for all of us here at the network, hope you have enjoyed this game. Stick around for more sports action on the network, and join us for our broadcast of the final 2 basketball games of the season. And baseball not too far away. So for all of us here at the network, again, the final score, 59-48, favor of the Trevians. We say, as always, so long, everybody.